Where we posted every Friday. See them corn emojis, then you know wild. Jaded Gemini till the day I die. And I'ma talk my shit, but I don't play both sides. So
area. But
controlling ass motherfucker.
So we're gonna be watching some clips and reacting to them, adding our 2 cents. So Dr. Umar is on the show. Before we get into it, why would you have him on your show? Why would you do this? You know what I've even seen Joe talk about Dr. Umar years ago. So you know what he's about. Why would you do this?
Why would you have Dr. Umar on your show?
This is like
if you weren't trying to have a very, very deep conversation about
Pan-Africanism.
There you go, dog. And I feel like Joe is somebody that likes to incite things, right?
Yes,
he likes to stir pots. And he knew that some of his co-hosts have a lot less Pan-Africanist attributes, so to speak, right? And in Dr. Umar's words, they be bunny hopping.
Oh, God. My thing is this. I don't know shit about hockey. I would not have a hockey player be a guest on my daytime talk show because I don't know shit about hockey, right?
That's wise, not.
So why would you have Dr. Umar on your show if you don't even know what he's talking about, or even if you don't agree with what he's talking about, you don't have any knowledge of the counter talking points to do a accurate debate. Instead, we have a bunch of grown ass men, Dr. Umar included, jumping up and down on the couch, keying with their little feet, like y'all yelling at each other. Nobody's really making any fucking sense. Like,
play a clip.
Yeah, let's get into these clips.
Play a clip.
I'm like, bruh.
Could you talk about people's legs not hitting the ground, dangling?
No, for real.
That was one person.
For real. I was like,
You're wrong. If I marry a white woman, when I die, my wealth goes to the very people who have robbed everything from my community.
It's not true. But wasn't the wealth given by white people?
No. Huh? My wealth was earned by me.
What?
Okay,
I'm going to have to break this down. So.
Nah, let it ride. Nah. Let that ride for a second, because.
And if I die today, my kids benefit from my
money.
Got to do, Flip?
Recycling the money. Are you changing?
So what you doing is holding white people to a standard you're not holding the blacks.
I'm sorry, I have to say something. If you die today, yes, you probably do have something set aside for your children, but they're still minors, and your wife would be in charge of their estate until they are a certain age, unless you have something written in your prenup. Whereas you would really have to be real with yourself regardless of race. You know, and it don't really sound like
ain't no regardless of race when Dr. Umar's.
No, I'm saying regardless of race in a marriage and shit, you got kids, like I'm gonna need you to have your shit worked out a certain way, like to where if you do die, it's not like people can touch that shit until they're a certain age, you know, like then you can argue you're protecting your wealth and shit. But yeah, those are minors, bro. Like, she's about to be in charge of that money, like, regardless of race. That's why I said that. But you can't do that with him. I hear you.
I think that, you know, for you to home in on that, or for me to home in on that right now, it's almost like we're in their room. We got to be a little bit above what the fuck they're talking about right now, because that ain't even like the meat and potatoes of what the fuck is. Because like you said, why have him on your podcast to begin with?
Right.
If you're not trying to have this conversation. For two, why are you acting like the points that a Dr. Umar would make are that surprising if you're going to have him on the podcast? Like, you got to really be prepped and ready for that type of foolishness. And honestly, bro, the points that he's making to me personally are not like that outlandish from his angle. They're not.
No.
They're not.
I would, though, ask a little bit more questions about, and that's how I know Dr. Umar be on his own ego shit, too. Because if I was him, I would ask more questions about bruh. to figure out where bro is coming from. He eventually ends up doing it, which is the viral soundbite. But it's like, bro, if you would have just asked, like, hey, what you got going on in the beginning, maybe this wouldn't even have happened. I don't know. All this bickering and shit.
Yes, you fucking are. You just said that. Stop.
You are white.
You just
benefit from black oppression. You inherited the estate of a deceased black male celebrity. How the hell you ain't gonna do nothing for black people with that black man?
Listen to this.
That's not a different standard.
Look, I don't think all white people benefit from
all white people benefit.
They have white privilege, but I don't think
that privilege is universal.
No, it is. Look,
exactly.
what
so
I'm
they
saying,
all benefit if it's universal.
Why most of them poor?
I just told you because of capitalism.
So, which means
capitalism demands poverty.
Circle. So listen,
if Walmart ain't got poor white folks to work, Walmart never becomes a multi-billion-dollar establishment. If Amazon ain't got a whole bunch of poor white folks to work.
So what happens is when you don't do your homework and then he catches you in the gotcha moment, he just gets loud and does the reiteration.
And then he repeats things 3 times.
The reiteration is so fucking funny for real, bruh. But I could tell that shit is aggravating when you really try to make a...
It is really aggravating. I'm not going to lie. I know people
I think that shit funny, but I could
that.
imagine if I'm trying to have a convo, like, damn.
I have the rebuttal to that, too, though. You either can just smirk at them and just let them repeat themselves and then, go in for the jug. Or you could just let them talk because at the end of the day, these type of people are, like you said, after an aha got you moment.
I was saying, I think they're both doing that technique because they just hopped around 4 topics just now.
Very quickly, too.
Like, I was about to pause it, but I looked at the timestamp. It's like, bro, y'all are really just jumping all over the place. You're not even putting any thought into what you're saying. Like,
Amazon doesn't become one of the richest corporations in the world. There is no capitalism without broke-ass white people.
True.
That is a rule.
Which means that
what?
The white quote is white privilege, but they not benefiting from white oppression. I mean, from black oppression.
Then would it be called white privilege?
They're worse off than us.
No, they're not worse off than us. That's the absolute lie. Listen,
Listen,
I got
Joe, you are wrong. Most white people in America are worse off than Joe fucking Budden.
See
not
now,
Joe, like,
Joe.
don't bring me
See,
into
this is what
shit,
happens,
bruh.
Joe. When you can't be ganging up on your homies. Last week it was M4 trying to, hey, don't gang up on.
Don't be doing that on Ish, bro.
Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be arguing with them.
Yeah, don't do that, bro.
But now you over here, hey man, don't do that, bro. And now he already flipping on you because honestly, he's less fortunate than you, Joe.
Yes.
Rory and Maul were less fortunate. You fired them, they weren't even there, bro. And now you over here stirring the pot. But the truth is, bro, if white people didn't benefit a little bit more-ish, it wouldn't be called white privilege, bro.
Right.
Like, you really got to think about what you're saying, bro.
And then he just said, yes, they have white privilege, but they don't benefit off of white oppression. And I'm like, Brad, that's literally what you just said. That's literally what you just said.
All right,
What's
here,
in these
how about
red
this?
cups?
How about this?
What's in there?
Stupidity juice. Motherfucking poor white people, by his logic, are at the Walmart getting used. Where are the poor blacks at? Like the real one. A lot of them dead or in jail, bro.
Can't get that job.
Dead or in jail. They out here doing some far worse shit. Or if we are at Walmart, it's the same fucking shit, right? So it just begs the question. It's like, bro, if that's the lowest that it can go in your mind, which I mean, in my opinion, it can get worse than Walmart. Like, bro, are you like, it goes to show how privileged you are with your analogy with the Walmart with y'all. But
no, they're just saying like, cause that's the 2 biggest corporations that have like
the manpower to use
service workers
True.
In our country. It's
Okay.
Amazon and Walmart.
Okay, fair enough then. Fair enough. But with that being said, then why people can't just like be normal? Why do we got to be Ish and Joe Budden? Why can't I work at Walmart, bro?
And that's what Ish isn't understanding because obviously Joe Budden, poor white, lower class white, upper, lower, like there's like levels now. It's not middle, lower, high anymore. Like there's like different levels until you even get to Joe Budden is not even an A-list celebrity, and he still has more money than. That's why it's like, for him to use Joe as the talking point, he's not even the average black man. So what are you doing? What are you doing?